Welcome back, and thank you so much for staying with us. In case you're just joining us, welcome to Kenya's Gold, where the focus in our gold conversation right now is in the milling process that is involved in coffee. And to just get a better understanding of the milling process, we came all the way to Komodhai Farmers Cooperative Society, and right here, this is their milling plant. Of course, we have to be safe, we have to be professional. That's why we have our headgear, and we also have our lab coat on. And to help us understand a lot more of what is happening here, we are joined by Samuel Macharia, who is not a new face to Kenya's Gold, and he is the vice chair right here at this milling plant. Thank you so very much, Samuel, for inviting us here.
You're much welcome.
Mara ya kwanza sisi ndo tulikuinvite kwetu. Umerudisha mkono, umetuita kwenyu.
Karibu sana,
we are so happy to be here.
Karibu.
Now, we're here because we're very keen to understand about the milling process that happens in the coffee space, and you are the vice chair right here at the Komodhai Farmers Cooperative Society.
Yes.
Now, you started out as a coffee farmer, and now you are a vice chair right here at Komodhai Farmers Cooperative Society, meaning kuna kazi nzuri ambayo unafanya. Please give us a quick breakdown of how that transition went from a coffee farmer to the vice chair.
Well, it's not such a big story, actually. It's just happened very fast. One day I was just another farmer in the factory, and the next the farmers decided that they wanted young people to do their beating. And so my factory fronted me, and I found myself in the society now, general. Then from there, the young people that were being appointed with decided that I should be their vice. What does your role entail? My role as a vice chairman is basically to oversee the coffee and processes of the entire Komodhai society, production, milling, and marketing. Those are my main major works. Talk to us about this milling plant, the Komodhai Farmers Cooperative Society. When did you begin, and for how long has it been in operation? This structure basically was elected in 2002. That's when it was officially launched. And it operated for some few years, and then it closed down. How many years before they closed down? It worked for only 3 years. Then it closed down. And then it started operations again in 2009. Then it closed down again. It operated in 2017, 2018. Then it closed down again. All these are attributed to political, coffee politics, and which are a little bit more fierce here in Komodhai. Someone wants to understand broadly, what do you mean when you talk about coffee politics? Please talk to us more on that. I think the biggest challenge is comes through human errors. And most farmers, sometimes they feel that these people are doing the wrong thing. And they also have what I would call external pressures that drive some people into rocking the boat. And because the farmer is not really much involved in the decision making, someone will throw a bad spanner in the works, and kazi inakuwa ni mbaya. Na wana preach kazi ni mbaya. And that leads to the mill crossing down. All right. Yes. So what you're telling us is our farmers could be negatively influenced. Exactly. Inakuwa ni kama wanaona the milling kuna kitu mbaya wanafanya, and then now they start fighting you. Yes. Now that you have identified that is a challenge, and you're here as the vice chair, now we are in operation. Yes. How are we dealing with that challenge? Well, we came up with a mechanism. First of all, we decided that the mill manager should not come from our locality. And he should be someone who has worked in as a professional in other mills. Then we decided that for every day that coffee is being milled, each and every day, the representative of those factories, at least 2, must be in the mill to oversee their milling. And the board of Komodhai shall not be interfering with the milling process. Their work is to just oversee and then sit back. The factory representative goes, takes the coffee through with the mill manager, Up until that day, it will be taken to the warehouses.
All right.
Yes.
Let's talk about the process of licensing. We've had so very many farmers talk about how it's so difficult to get these licenses. Tumeona mahali kahawa imelala. Imelala in warehouses because now what's next? Please tell us if getting a license was a challenge for you. And now that you are in operation, what did you do to get it done?
Actually, we started applying for this mill license way back in June. Last year. Yes. We have gone to every conceivable office, and we luckily got to have a sitting with the governor of Kiambu, and he heard our story, and then he decided that we were ready to do the milling. So it has been a very long journey, and I will thank some few people who have held our hand. Because it's good to appreciate people when they do that. One is our area MP, our MCA True, and county the CEC for cooperative, Monandegwa, and also the director of agriculture in Kiambu.
Right.
They have held our hand and pushed us through this journey.
All right.
Yes.
So how long does it take before the license expires?
It is renewable after every 1 year. So we are due for renewal this June.
Of course, you started fighting for it last year, June.
Yes.
And now, when we start, trying to renew again this year, do you feel like it's going to be another back and forth? Ama sai mambo maliko ni kama
we hope not. We hope not. We hope not, because we are trying to show the county government that we are going to honor the license that we have been given. Ours is grower's license that says we are only going to mill Komodai factories coffee alone. And even if we are being approached by other cooperatives, other private farmers, we have said no.
You have to decline. So that's part of the deal?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Now, for very many farmers, another concern they have is they feel like their journey ends. Wakishapeleka cherries zao kwa factory, it's like now they're sidelined on every other thing that happens. And we want to make sure that there's a synergy relationship from the farmers to the factory to the milling as well. As the vice chair, what are you doing to make sure that there's transparency and our farmers really fully trust the work that is being done here? So that also we make sure mkulima pale kwa shamba akona confidence with the milling plants that they have.
Now, we have come up with a strategy that this representative that the factories send, they are to go back to the factories and give the actual representation of their coffee. They are going to be involved even when we are doing cupping of this coffee. We are not going to be going to a rikara without them knowing this is the person who is going to cup your coffee, and these are the results. They are going to be involved in that, such that when they go back to the farmer, they are going with a full report. This is the coffee that you gave us. This is the parchment that we took to the mill. These are the milled grades, and this is the cup taste, how the cupper tasted it, and that's what brought this kind of money from the market. That's our system.
Now that we understand the transparency you're trying to build with our farmers, that's a very good job. But also would like to know, when the coffee leaves here, you've milled, you have the grades, you know the quality. How do you make sure you're putting the right word and also you're representing your farmers well in the Nairobi Coffee Exchange? Ndo ikifika huko pia, wasiwaambie quality ni ingine na nyinyi mnajua the quality that your farmers are doing. How are you making sure you're fighting for the prizes even at the Coffee Exchange?
Well, right now there are a lot of challenges because previously we used to go to KPCU for farm inputs and the likes. Today we have to go to the cereals board where the fertilizer is being taken, and when you go there you find that there are no fertilizers that can fit coffee production. So what we are doing as Komodai is we have decided to engage with fertilizer farms. We are going to use a financial facility so that the bank pays for the fertilizer. It is delivered to the farmers, and then they are going to recover that money from the sales proceeds. And also, we are engaging our county government, and we thank our governor because he promised our farmers that he's going to deliver fertilizers to our factories, depending on with the farmers' kg of productions. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, at least you've given us an understanding of how you're trying to make sure farmers, factories,
yes.
You're speaking the same language.
Yes.
See, ati kuna communication breakdown ikifika
No.
Yes. Also, how are you advancing that relationship when it comes to the Nairobi Coffee Exchange?
Yeah.
Ndo pia.
Yes.
Kifika huko,
Yeah.
msipeleke tu kahawa ya good quality na you don't have a say in how it's going to be priced. Are there any measures you're putting in place to make sure that you're representing your farmers even when the coffee gets to that level?
Well, you know, for you to be able to represent your farmers very well, you have to know what it is that you're selling.
Yes.
And for us to know, we are engaging people to help us with the capping of our coffee. We are not going to rely on what the marketer or the broker, as they are called nowadays, is going to give us. So we compare what they cap and what we have. Because we are going to do it our own privately.
Now let's talk about women taking up space in the coffee sector. Right here at Komodai, do we have women who are leading in the society?
Well, at the society level in our board, we actually currently don't have any woman. But when we came in, we decided that our secretary manager is going to be a woman. So the person who takes care of Komodai office is a lady.
All right.
So we are not shying away from the gender equality.
Great.
It's something that we are going to prioritize, and also we are encouraging women. And I think it's good to say this. Majority of coffee farmers are women, and especially in Komodai. Majority of coffee farmers are women, not the men.
Najua kumekuwa na hiyo ndio ni wakulima wako shambani lakini pesa ikitoka nikaa inaenda kwa mfuko ya mzee.
Okay, case in point. Like me, where I come from, my grandfather died like 30 or 40 years ago. My grandmothers are the one who owns the coffee.
Right.
Yes, so they have their own farms, over 1,000 trees of coffee. And if you come and scrutinize, you'll see that we have so many women who are in coffee. Actually, I would think if you do the ratio of men and women who are farming coffee in Komodai, women are more.
Now, this year, if you compare how much farmers were getting last year when it comes to the coffee cherries package, what are the projections we are putting in this year with the reforms that have been talked about and also some have already started being implemented in the coffee space? What does it look like?
Well, it looks good. It looks good.
It looks good?
Yeah, if you compare what the yesterday's market was, that was the Tuesday's market was, you'll see that there is a lot of improvement in how much money a bag of coffee is fetching.
All right.
And that shows that we are going to have some good payments this time around.
So, Samuel, I mean, you're doing very well for yourself. You're young, you're thriving as a coffee farmer. You're now the vice chair at the Komodai Farmers Cooperative Society.
Yes.
Maybe you can tell us, in the next 5 years, what is your ambition in the space of coffee?
As a vice chairman of Komodai, I think the first and foremost thing is that we want to digitize our entire operations. And after that, we are planning to start a value addition of our coffee. And also, we are thinking about selling our coffee direct to the US or Europe markets, because we cannot only rely with the NCA all the time.
Yes.
We need to broaden our vision and start maybe getting that market, and and see if we can get better prices for our farmers. Yes, those are the things that we're thinking about, and also grow our production, because Komodai is capable of producing around 16 million kgs of coffee. And you're only doing about 3 million.
3 million.
So we are
a deficit of 13.
13 million.
Kona kazi.
Kabisa.
Tafanyika lakini.
It is possible. Yes.
Ipo siku.
Ipo siku.
Thank you so much, Samuel Macharia, for talking to us today again. Always a great pleasure seeing you and understanding the good job that you're doing right here at Komothai Farmers Cooperative Society.
Thank you.
Asante sana.
Asante pia.
All right, there you've had it. That is what we had for you in our Gold conversation. Of course, understanding so much about how the Komothai Farmers Cooperative Society works. We've had time and again that there's a lot of challenge in the milling sector, and we came all the way so that you can understand what those challenges are and where we are as of now. Please keep watching Kenya's Gold. We do have a lot more insightful information when it comes to all matters agriculture.